Money is time. Time is the only money that politicians and their bankers cannot print or distort, counterfeit, or fake. You can only keep what you give away. Money gains value only when it is invested. Wealth is knowledge. You can only profit from what you know. Information is the unfolding of surprise, what you didn't know. Economics is not about order and equilibrium, but about creativity, measured by disruption, disorder, economic growth, and surprise. Economic growth is a gauge of learning, manifested in learning curves across the economy. Economics is a dance to the music of time. Chapter 1. Life After Capitalism. The materialist superstition is the great disabling error of all the dominant schools of economic thought. It is the belief that scarce material things are what constitute wealth. Under this materialist superstition, economics becomes chiefly the science of allocating irreducibly scarce material resources. If economics is the allocation of scarcity, politics becomes the enforcement of these unhappy allocations, and war, alas, remains the pursuit of politics by other means. Even capitalism's great theorists and advocates concur that the wealth of nations stems from self-interest, pejoratively greed, heretofore known as the root of all evil. This evil, paradoxically, is said to bring forth goods. Yet these goods are no complement to the butcher or the baker, who does nothing more than pursue his own interests within a mechanical system of markets unconsciously ordained by an invisible hand to yield some portion of bread and meat to the people. Valued by their very scarcity, these goods implicitly associate the wealth of the rich with the want of the poor. Adam Smith himself believed that if the needs of men were ever met, the system's motive force would fail. Today, capitalism's triumphs appear to be bringing about the system's most complete rejection to date. As a global surge of capitalist abundance liberates the poor, capitalism's critics have found a new capitalist victim, the earth itself. And the criminals are not just the capitalists, or imperialists, bankers, merchants, monopolists, or Jews, though Israel still receives special opprobrium, but mankind itself. We are the bane of the earth. This is the final, and on its own terms irrefutable, charge against capitalism. Abundance becomes poverty because it despoils the world. This argument, an argument not for socialism per se, but for government-directed economic sustainability, is the argument that has apparently won the day. True, some 57% of registered Democrats profess sympathy for socialism, and the runner-up for the Democratic nomination for president in 2016 and 2020 was a registered socialist. But the percentage of Americans and Europeans who buy into some version of sustainability is vastly greater than the percentage that has ever accepted socialism. Socialism has never been systematically taught in American primary and secondary schools, but sustainability is revered as the only way to escape ecological disaster. According to a BBC poll, 56% of schoolchildren believe that humanity is doomed because of its destruction of the planet. Under the new materialism, we are required to treat carbon dioxide, the basis of organic life, as a capitalist-generated poison. Regulating that poison empowers an effectively socialist bureaucracy that travels under the name of sustainability. We also have the imposition of emergency socialism, though it too does not go by that name, but rather under the name of the science, and the presumption that government experts know best. Nevertheless, we can call it by what it really is. Emergency socialism justified the government takeover of nearly the entire American economy and American social life during the COVID-19 pandemic panic. In this form, emergency socialism is passing, but the tools and techniques, the propaganda and intimidation, are now an established weapon of anti-capitalism, to be redeployed at any need or opportunity. More than ever in America, we face the prospect of a life after capitalism in its most negative sense, a life of scarcity, deprivation, and fear.